How many followers do you have right now on LinkedIn?
Yes, please.
Oh, currently, I have almost 120K.
Hey!
Oche looks really good on camera.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't you see those his
What the necklace? What's the story
9 by
behind
16?
that? There's a lock on your necklace.
I mean, I locked my heart
Damn.
from the evil in the country. But I mean, yes, I was made for the spotlights, made for the camera. So it's a lifestyle these days.
I mean, I see him on LinkedIn, and sometimes I'm just in awe of how he spins a story and makes it come to life.
Exactly.
He should be acting on Nollywood right now.
I mean, Hollywood, please. Hollywood, please call me.
Wait. Are you downplaying Nollywood?
No, I'm not down.
You're on
playing
camera.
Hollywood. Well,
Tribe of Judah.
I mean, it's a billion, so I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I don't mind
For
doing
real.
Tribe of Judah.
For real. Part two is coming up next year. So.
They should call me.
all
Call
right.
me Funke.
Okay, I hope you got that. Okay, so you're welcome to the Ideas on Fire podcast, where your ideas get lit up.
Lit up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so with us today is none other than, drum roll, everybody. Nigeria's top 5 LinkedIn. Yeah? Top 5, right?
Top
Yes.
5 on LinkedIn.
Top 5 on LinkedIn. And
Like if you count 5 people that are top on LinkedIn.
I think this place is getting hot. Okay, and he's top 200 in the world.
in the world, though.
Oh, wow. Okay, and it doesn't end there. He is a content marketing trainer and LinkedIn influencer.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
Please give it up for Oche with the surname right.
That is not a real surname.
Okay, you know what? Let's start off with that, please. Can you tell us your real surname?
Well, I didn't imagine that's how I was going to start. But yes, if you insist, right? But by the way you guys are introducing me, you're making me feel like a celebrity.
Yeah,
That's
you
who
are.
you are, bro.
Top 5.
I think I
If you
should
count
finish
5
this
people
podcast.
in Nigeria, you count Oche. Top 5, bro.
And you count 200 people in the entire world. Out of how many billions?
That's lit up.
Hey.
Over a billion. Just
Tell us about the surname.
Well, so my name is, or my full name rather, is Oche Victor Ekoja. So my surname is actually Ekoja. But so what I did is when I wanted to start to intentionally build my brand, right? I figured, what name was I going to want to pick to represent me? Now, at the time, I was popularly known or called Victor. But I didn't really like Oche because I didn't school. I'm from Benue State, right? But I didn't school in Benue State, yeah. I schooled in Port Harcourt, right? So when I went there, they weren't really pronouncing the name correctly.
I can
So I really would abbreviate that, the whole Oche a lot of times. So when I wanted to, just be very intentional with my brand, I said, what name can I settle with? Victor was already there, was already popular.
Yeah.
So I wanted something new.
Yeah.
So the rejected stone, became the chief cornerstone.
Love it.
Preach.
Love it.
And so that's how I decided to settle with Oche. And so I said, okay, you know what? I wanted something spicy.
Yeah.
You get me? And obviously, writing was my own, or is my own way of communicating. It's the foundation of everything I've built. Yeah. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to add rights.
And I'm curious to find out how you came to the conclusion that writing was something you wanted to do. But before we get there, tell us something about yourself that no one else knows about right now. So something secretive. Something nobody, like we're revealing it for the first time here.
I was
like
dance in the shower.
you dance in the shower.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Great dancer. I'm not even kidding you. Great dancer in the shower, all right?
Okay.
I would give you an entire performance, but of course, obviously the shower is a private place, so.
I feel like this is a very convenient answer. Fun.
True. Very true. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because there's no evidence.
There's no evidence,
There's
and
no
we can't prove it.
Yes, exactly.
And we can't prove it.
Exactly. So, are you going to try another one?
Well, I think that something that everyone isn't really common with or generally known is that I'm actually an introvert. right? And
Okay.
so because I'm a content person, I'm very, very social media, active. People tend to think, oh, you're very comfortable in front of camera,
Yeah.
public speaking, all of those things I'm engaged in. So when I go out there, there's already that perception that, oh, you're confident, it's a normal thing for you. But the truth is, my core screams introvert.
I feel like most creatives are introverts. I may be wrong. Because I think there's something about introversion and the ability to sit with yourself in the quiet, in the dark, and the ability for ideas or concepts to just arrive with you. There's something about being alone and being creative. It just connects.
I
Absolutely.
think you're actually correct about that. So one of the things that I've seen or I've noticed over time that introverts tend to do is because of that yearning to get out of their comfort zone, they engage in certain things that not everyone engages in. So that's why you see that, like you mentioned, most creatives, if you really check, they are actually primarily introverts, right? Yeah. But you guys are not introverts. I mean, you guys are.
I consider myself to be an introvert.
For real?
Actually. Yeah, because I don't party. So
Oh,
Well,
is that your
being
yardstick?
an extrovert doesn't necessarily mean that you party.
okay, so which do I prefer? I prefer the quiet of my room versus the
Going out to
the
party.
exuberance of a gathering. So maybe.
Well, I think I could slide both ways.
Yeah.
At
yeah,
home, I'm by myself. I like to be by myself.
Yeah.
Right, but outside I'm all happy and everybody thinks I'm that extrovert
So
that
you deceive people.
being around everybody. Okay, the spotlight is on Oche Rights right now. So
Thank you.
Top
let's
five.
take it
Top
back.
5 in Nigeria.
Top 200 in the world. Okay, so now before Oche Rights, can you give us a little, like, just take us down that lane? Let's see what happened before Oche Rights.
I pretty much start from the early days. Went to school, graduated, went to the university to study.
Is it in Benue State?
No.
Okay,
So I went to primary school in Benue State.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I left and went to Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Yes. So now when I was in like of course went to study engineering, electrical electronics engineering. When I was in like 200 to 300 level.
I would
Yes.
never have guessed. by
Okay,
the way.
wait.
Yes,
hold on,
that's the thing, right? Most creatives
take
don't.
Take this.
Yeah,
this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
My
much.
fellow
I'm
engineer.
not going to give you enough. Yeah, but that's another thing, right? So most creatives don't tend to practice what they studied at school.
Absolutely.
Just to
I
check.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So somewhere around like 200 to 300 level, I wanted to do something that I figured would create impact, right, beyond just myself. And I remember that growing up early days, I used to be the guy. I was very good in writing. My mom, thanks to my mom, she pushed me a lot.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama. Cheers, Mama. Love you from the bottom of my heart. So, she would push for me to go on essay competitions. I was always doing all of that.
We need to give 3 bosa to
We
Mama.
need to, right? We need to. And I was definitely the guy who you would come to, or my friends rather would come to when they wanted to. When they wanted to write the love letters to their.
Ooh.
You get, and I was single to stupid.
Hey, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Exactly. That's how life is.
Is that a normal thing?
I know
where
it happens a lot.
The one who is the creative, the guy with the
Yeah, yeah,
lyrics,
yeah.
tends
Yeah.
to be the single.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about that, but the fact that guys will go to one of their guys that they know can write,
Yes.
to write love letter, that one was a thing.
It was a thing. It was
But
definitely.
that's lazy, Joe. Come on, please. Even if you're going to stammer, come and stammer.
Is it laziness or is it the fact that you want to give
Want to
your
impress.
girl the best?
The best. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you obviously want to lean into someone who could help you achieve that.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, all right.
So that was the guide to help them achieve.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So when you now get into the relationship and she wakes up in the morning and she's expecting lyrics,
Trust
what
me.
happens?
And
We
the-
call you first.
Top 5.
Well, I don't know about that. But yeah, I was definitely the guy to help my friends around in terms of that. Like I was saying, 300 level-ish, I remember that I wanted to, just to become more intentional with creating something. At the time I was creating, everything I was writing, because I did a lot of poetry early days as well, was just for my notepad. It was just for my notepad, right? And so I figured, why not? I mean, you can just share some of this with the world. And so I decided, okay, you know what, I was going to be more intentional. And that's when I even picked the name Oche Rights.
Yeah.
Now, prior to then, I wasn't very social media active. You know, of course, as an introvert now, I was always running from those platforms. I didn't do all those to go ultimate thing that people used to do. I caught up on that very late, right? So I decided I was going to open a Facebook account.
Okay.
And so I did.
Okay. So
And
you started with Facebook.
I started with Facebook, right?
What year was this?
This was 2017-ish, 16, 17, if I can remember correctly. I just started to share my own thoughts randomly on my Facebook page. You know, of course, early stage it was not, I didn't get the response as much. But then I wasn't doing it for that. Like I said, I wanted to just share my thoughts publicly at this time.
Yeah.
You know, and then funny enough, after a very short while, boom, some posts I would write or create started to sort of go viral, if I should use that word.
Okay.
Yes, because what I did was I was introducing something quite new at the time. So I was doing this thing called photo poetry, where I would intentionally go on photo shoots to create, say I wanted to talk about something revolving around time.
Okay.
I could literally create a photo, maybe using my friends. I use my friends a lot as models to, you know, hold like a clock in a very creative way, and then I could create like a series out of it, right? So there could be an episode 1 and episode 2, like that. And so people loved the idea. It was new and it was very interesting, but more importantly, it was also very inspiring. I was making sure that every time you read what I was sharing, you know, you would get inspired, you would learn from it. And yeah, for me, I think that's pretty much what helped. So I started to get that, build that community, started to get that recognition. Before you know it, I was getting called to even perform my poetry.
Still on Facebook though.
Yeah, still on Facebook at the time, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that was even what really introduced me to public speaking.
Okay.
Right. So I did this from like 300 till final year.
Lovely.
Yes.
What university was this?
So I went to two universities. I started with a federal university, private university in Boko.
Okay.
Some parts in Benin State. Then, then I went to Federal University of Agriculture as well.
Amazing.
Yes. So
still studying electrical.
Yes.
Engineering.
Amazing.
Yes. So
all this in Benue State.
well, around. Pretty much around.
Benue State is like the food basket
Of the nation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering
that's
if
why it's looking very fresh.
I mean, I try to not keep my stomach hungry. No, my friends know I don't play with my stomach.
Oh no, he doesn't.
I don't.
Oh, he doesn't.
For no reason.
He doesn't. If Oche hasn't eaten, you can see it on his face.
You will see it. I can't even hide it.
I mean, for a feed farm nation, that's very confident. So I like that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But how did you transition from Facebook to LinkedIn?
Great. So when I got out of school, I was still doing poetry for a bit, but I wasn't earning so much, right? Obviously, when I get to perform at some event, they'll just give you thanks for coming. And they'll squeeze like it takes honorarium. You get right. They'll squeeze on your hand, and when you go, I'm like, and I wanted to start to build something for myself in terms of financial stability and all, right? So I looked at it. I was like, this thing is not really sustainable like that for now, and that's when I became more open-minded to trying out or other things, right? At the time, I had this friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she was obviously married and she had a business. She was into consulting.
Okay.
Yeah, for businesses and all that, and she was quite big at the time. So because I was close to her, I just told her about, you know what, I'm interested in just, being around you to learn the ropes for a bit, and I started to do that. I would obviously have calls with her. I would watch her when she's...
What were you learning? Business?
See, I was just basically learning the art of how she was communicating.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, she was a communicator as well.
Yes. So she was helping businesses communicate better.
Their
value.
Okay.
Their
so,
value and all that.
She's a content marketer.
No, she's someone you would call a brand strategist.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I would basically watch how she was doing that, how she was conversing with her clients, and also how she was practicing that for her smaller businesses here and there. All right. And so I think that was pretty much the basics in terms of when I got exposed to the world of business. And I picked interest and I said, okay, you know what? I like this whole idea. I've always been good in communicating generally. Yeah. So why not bring it to the business side of things? Yeah. And that's...
of course, the platform for business is LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Makes sense.
Exactly. True story. I opened my first LinkedIn in 2018. 2018/19, right?
Wow.
Now, 1 week after,
Wow.
my account, 1 week after my account got restricted.
Why?
Oh.
I think at the time it was, I don't know why, because I had not even started to post actively. I just a few pieces of content, and my account got restricted. And I said, okay, that was it.
Village people.
Village people. That was it. Because
At the
They
end
saw your
of
star.
breakthrough. Yes.
exactly. Like, what? Why are you guys following me already? You know. But and LinkedIn had this mentality around the fact that it was very professional, uptight.
Yeah.
It was the place to go look for jobs, suit and tie. You know, you don't smile,
Yes.
keep your head straight, and all that. So when the restriction happened, I said, thank God.
I'm
It's
not
even something- I'm not even
interested,
interested in you people staying here.
Platform.
And you know, I stopped and I didn't even try again. Then somewhere in 2020, 2020 was really the year that everybody became a content creator, even our parents.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
So I mean, we were locked behind closed doors, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was only one way we could communicate with the world. That was through the internet,
Absolutely.
right? So everyone
Yes.
had to find a way to start doing that. Businesses didn't want to die, so CEOs took it upon themselves. The people that were fighting content creation, it wasn't a thing, at the time. But you would see that. So it was really the year that gave us that opportunity to explore the internet more,
Absolutely.
and people saw its relevance. And that was also the year that I think a lot of creators blew up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Were you one of those creators?
Well, I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't say I blew up, but I
the
did
time.
start to build more strength with my community during that period, because now there was more attention.
Okay.
I could get them to listen to me more,
Yeah.
and all of that. But
Oh, sorry. In the lockdown, did you go back to LinkedIn?
No. So I'm coming there, right?
Okay.
So now, of course, I was still dabbling around Instagram and just catching crews, if I should say. Yes. So there's this guy. I don't know if you guys know him, Gary
Yeah,
Vaynerchuk,
yeah. Okay.
right? Nice guy. One of my crazy,
He's a great mentor, yeah.
crazy mentor, right? One guy I really want to meet. I heard he's coming to Nigeria soon.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Gary, I hope you're hearing.
I hope
Mr.
Gary.
Gary, Mr. V.
You don't want to live
Show
without
us
seeing
some
me.
love.
You don't. No. Not you seeing me seeing you. Yeah.
Respect.
Respect.
Top 5, Gary. Top 5.
Top 200 in the world.
But I did listen to Gary Vee a whole lot during that period, and there was one thing you always hammer on: get on LinkedIn, guys. Get on TikTok. Get on LinkedIn. Get on TikTok. Because me, I started as I can't dance, so what's
I
concerned?
don't know why everybody thought that TikTok was about dancing.
Yeah, because I think it was early stage. That was what most people. It was
Used
for the
it
Gen
for.
Zs.
It's still
Yeah.
about dancing.
It's about dancing.
Well, not
it's evolved.
exactly.
It's evolved. I mean, some people are dancing in different ways. but yeah, so Gary would always hammer on the fact that LinkedIn and TikTok were great platforms to explore.
Yeah.
And so one day, casually, I just said, okay, let me even just try this LinkedIn again, knowing that happened the first time I did try it. And so I downloaded the app again. Now, this was somewhere around November.
Of
course,
2020.
yeah, so lockdown had been lifted.
Yes,
People have
yes,
started to go about their daily lives, but just casually
Wow.
now.
Yes.
So November 2020, if I remember correctly, I opened another LinkedIn account. Guess what? 1 week after, I was restricted again.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Right now, it's confirmed. People.
You can see that. So, but this time, I was like, okay. You know what? I will try. So I started to figure out how to get my account back. I got to reach out to a few friends who I know were very active on LinkedIn at the time, right? And one of them helped. I sent a message to LinkedIn. They responded like that. And after a few days, I did get my account back.
Great. Great.
Yes.
That friend deserves flowers.
He does.
Take
Dari,
your
shout out to you,
flowers.
Dari. And so that was really what set the tone for me on LinkedIn. I started to post actively. I'm not even going to kid you guys. I was sharing content 5 times a day. It was weird. It was weird because LinkedIn wasn't the place to do that. You are not. Who are you? Coming to share content every day on LinkedIn. It was more. I'm excited to announce that I just got a job.
Yes.
I'm excited to announce that I just bagged 2
That's what most
degrees.
people still do, actually.
Yes,
still do that,
it's just a prideful place. Like I just see everybody, they call their suit and tie.
Suit and tie. Suit and tie.
I was just promoted. It's like, like who cares?
At 19.
Yes.
At 19.
Oh, then we prepare you.
So you begin to think about your life. Okay, what have I been doing with my life? What have I done to myself?
30-something-year-old man.
Yes, but I was very intentional. I don't even kid you guys. So I would take pictures professional pictures to an extent. And then I would share to accompany with my caption. This was not something that was done on LinkedIn, right? Why are you snapping picture? You get, and
we need to see those pictures. Throwback.
You don't want to do that to me. Why?
You can have to see.
Why do you want to do that to me? I have flesh now.
Exactly.
I have flesh now.
Then
Well, yes, no. Be proud of your throwbacks.
and this reminds me of something Seth Godin normally talks about, the purple cow, where for an idea to spread, it needs to be remarkable. And what you were doing on LinkedIn at the time was something nobody else was doing, or very little people, very few people were doing.
Absolutely.
So it was clearly remarkable, and
Absolutely.
of course the content itself was attractive.
Yes.
So I guess that ties into why your audience grew, or maybe there was something else you were doing that helped you grow the audience. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely a few things. Backstory again. While I was doing all this, of course, I wasn't getting no engagement. I wasn't getting no attention as much, right? But I kept going, and one thing that really, really helped me was the fact that I was very intentional about every single thing I was sharing.
Yeah.
So for me, maybe thankfully I understood a bit about communication and all that, so it did help. But like I said, I was very intentional. So every post I was sharing was helping me to achieve a goal, and I was very clear about my goal from the get-go, right? I knew I wanted to build that thought leadership while also inspiring people. So I didn't really come on LinkedIn to be perfect, right? I wasn't trying to tell you that I had made it in life, right? I was pretty much sharing my process, but I was also sharing my expertise that I have picked up over time in terms of like creating content, content marketing generally, and just how to position yourself on the internet, right? So that really, really helped me. And then over time, very short time actually, I started to get people pay attention to what I was saying. And before you know it, I started to build community from 500 to 1,000 to 5,000.
On LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn, right? Yes, it was very rare to chase followers or even build like that kind of community on LinkedIn.
How many followers do you have right now on LinkedIn?
Yes, please.
Oh, currently I have almost 120K.
Please, can you say it in slow-mo? On LinkedIn, is LinkedIn we're talking about?
On LinkedIn, no. 120,000
I
followers.
need to drink water to say that. Or coffee rather. So I've been able to build a large community, one of the largest communities on LinkedIn actually.
Clearly.
Of nearly 120 people, right?
And in what time period would you say that, so like the initial sprout, like what time period was that?
I think that I hit 100K in like 2023.
2023, last
2023,
year.
okay.
Yes.
Last year, okay.
Yes.
So from 2021.
To 23.
Pretty much, yes, because it was
21.
end of 2020.
Yeah, that I got in. So from 21 to 23, I was able to build that.
2 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is all great, but what I want to know is, in that time span when you were trying to build, right, those 2 years,
Yes.
you know, did anything happen that, I mean, your goal was pretty clear,
Of course.
right? But did anything happen to shake your confidence? You know, did anything happen to make you doubt that, am I sure I'm on the road that I need to be? Or, you know, you were just solid, God was just helping you all through the way. If that was the case, then, of course, you can let us know.
You defeated the village people.
No. Of course, I did face certain challenges, I would say.
Yeah.
That's maybe at some point would even have said, my head, are you sure this is for me and all that? And I think the first would be the fact that because I am still young, I'm young, a young creative who's coming to teach her about stuff. There was that trust. What does he know?
Yeah.
So there was that trust
Where's his
barrier.
CV? This
Where's
LinkedIn,
his CV?
oh.
This is LinkedIn. Where you have to be dropping MIA,
all your
MA, BA,
all your
CO,
certifications
sorry, not
and
HIV.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
certifications. Yeah. I almost said HIV, but
HIV.
no. Sorry about that. Yeah. So it was LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is very, very how do I put it now? they focus very much on all that.
Yeah, on
Yes,
credentials,
exactly.
on status,
Exactly.
symbols.
Very credential
Absolutely,
driven.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Very credential driven.
And if you happen to bump into Barack, make sure you take a picture.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Make sure
And
to take
that's
a picture.
the picture they
That's-
post. You
I'm
know,
so
most
excited
of them-
that today I was able to, and there's like a very long motivational quote. I want you to persist, keep
Persevere.
going, persevere, right?
Aspire to
perspire. And then one day
Before you
everything is good.
retire.
I remember there was a time that someone made a post on LinkedIn where excuse me, it's funny, where the person said he was on his way to work, right? And then while he was on his way to work, he met someone on the road, and then the person needed some change, and he was able to help the person, and he was late, but he kept, no, I'm not going to stop here, I'm going to help the person. And then when he was going for a job interview, when he got to the job interview, lo and behold, the person was the CEO. So the person said, you know what, because he helped me.
Nigerian
We've
movie.
seen a lot of that
Nigerian
content
movie.
these days. We've seen a lot of that content.
Yeah, so LinkedIn was pretty much very credential driven. So there was that trust barrier.
Yeah.
What did you know? How are you coming to teach us
Were
this?
there actually people that came to you directly with
Well-
that energy?
Well, I think they were not confident enough, but I did get a few nudges probably in the comment
Top
section.
200.
Yeah,
Okay.
where I would say like a long and all those sorts of things.
Okay.
Yeah, but because again, one thing that was clear was that I was not trying to impress. And I also wasn't trying to force my opinion or my thoughts on anyone. I was just sharing. I was sharing from a place of experience or maybe a bit of perspective, right? And so that.
And I don't think LinkedIn is a place to go and be dragging people low, because I don't know if it's like Twitter.
You'll be surprised
You'll be
what people do.
in the comment section.
people have been dragged.
And theirs is more
It's
professional.
exactly. It's a professional
Than
dragging.
they used to drag.
It's a worldwide professional standard, right? It's not like Twitter where they
Yeah,
can
it's
drag.
dragging-
Everybody can go to the
it's
mall.
dragging their way to
Yeah,
Harvard.
Thank you. Dragging them into Harvard. But yeah, so I did experience the whole trust barrier. But what I would say helped was the fact that I consistently brought a certain kind of value into everything I was creating.
Yeah.
Right. So
And everything was around storytelling.
everything
right?
was tied around storytelling.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna kid you guys. You could open your LinkedIn every day and there's something from me to you. Yes. If
Love
like come by 12 a.m.
Open your LinkedIn right now. You're going
No,
to see.
no. Right now, I've chilled. I've calmed down. There's money in the bank.
Oh.
I'm joking. But yes, that was really what helped. So
Yeah.
I think that I did experience that trust barrier. And then second thing that was quite a challenge for me personally, I don't know if it applies to all creatives, was the fact that because we weren't exactly in the creative industry at the time that I joined, things like what I was doing wasn't seen as a thing.
Wasn't seen as a job.
It wasn't seen as a job.
hobby.
It was seen as a hobby, right? It was seen as a hobby. So there was that tendency to say, okay. So even me, I was
So you were
trying.
doubting.
I was doubting at some point.
So were you getting any financial remuneration from LinkedIn at this point, like the early days, 2020, 2021?
Mhm. So I think early days, of course, 2020, nobody even gave a damn if I existed, right?
Yes.
And that's what I always say to people, because there's this. Oh, if I join, I'll just get.
You just hammer,
cash out. I
just
just hammer. And, but it wasn't like that, because again, when you're trying to build trust, there's a process to it,
Absolutely.
right? So nobody's gonna just. No, I don't think anybody dashes anybody money. It's pretty much an exchange for a certain kind of value, right? So, but it took time. I don't think in my first 5 months I saw shishi. Right, from anything that I've been able to build through LinkedIn now. I think that I even got my first request to do something around influencer marketing. Like I said, I never in my life knew that I would be called an influencer, right? Because when I used to hear, I thought it was for the big celebrities there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty much for.
And now you're top 5
Top 5, brother.
and top 200 in the world.
I'm not proud.
So one thing I want to know, because people coming to you, to request your services, whether it be for training or for content marketing, they're actually people that are also helping you. Like, they're also pushing you, right?
True.
Because
Yeah.
in a way, they are encouraging you to say, keep doing what you're doing.
True. Yes.
Right? So who are the other people behind the scenes that we might not think of, or we might not know
Consider, yeah.
that were also helping you? Who were the people holding the camera up? Who were the people you were bouncing ideas off with?
Yeah.
Or was it just you, made man, you know?
Trust
Finished
me.
man.
No, no, no,
Finished
no, no.
man.
No. I'm not gonna be a finished man. Right. But of course I did have quite a number of people who really helped me on my journey. I don't think it's ever been just me doing, what I'm doing right now. Now, when I was looking for greener pastures, if I should say, right? Yes, now I decided to come into Lagos and live. That was a great decision. Right. It was always a long-term plan for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was something that I was hoping, okay, you know what, when I can, I would just move over to Lagos and, try to build from there. But there's just, so there was this, my friend, aka my boss, aka my CEO, aka a lot of things, right? His name is Freddie.
Okay.
Yes, he actually, so at the time Freddie found me when I was doing poetry. Funny enough, yes.
And he also loves poetry, by the
He
way.
also loves poetry,
Exactly.
exactly, right? So he found me when I was doing that, and then we started to talk. I love what you're doing. He would from time to time he would even have calls. So when I checked, I was like, bro, you're a big shot, though. Why are you? So you're calling me like this? I don't understand, And we had lots of conversations. Sometimes we talk, in the evenings, late at night, and it was just online.
Yeah.
We had never really met. So. Now, I had come to Lagos somewhere around 2018 for the first time ever for a particular event, thanks to poetry, right? To speak at a particular event. And when I told him about it, he was so excited. He was like, come through, and all of that. And then when I came, that was the first time I met him in person. He tried to convince me to stay back. I was like, well, I'm not ready yet. Not yet. But he didn't stop there. He kept pushing. So, Che, when are you coming to Lagos? Well, come now, Che, the world is ready for you. I said, relax, it's world safe. But he made sure that, I had that Lagos on my mind. And when one of the days that I figured I had come to that point where, okay, it was time to really get into Lagos. He helped me. He facilitated my coming to Lagos, right? And gave me jobs here and all of that, and pretty much set the ball rolling for everything I'm building now. Right. So he's
Shout out to Freddie.
Shout out to Freddie.
Destiny helper.
Yes, big destiny helper.
Yeah.
Right. So he's one guy that really helped my career. And then as I came to Lagos, obviously I built quite a community of friends, who have helped me over time. I honestly can't even start to name names now, but I
know
think
themselves.
They know themselves,
Yeah.
right? Shout out to you, Goodness. Shout out to you, Gideon. Shout out to you. Oh yeah, I'll stop there.
You pay money.
Shout out to, yeah.
The people that you don't mention, they will drag you on LinkedIn.
It's true. Wait, let me tweet. Let me make a LinkedIn post. But yeah, there's just like a whole bunch of people that I honestly can't start to name names now. So yeah, I definitely enjoy that community of friends who have helped me to push. Because like I said, even me, when people used to hype me, I was like, what am I even doing? But they really helped to see that, oh, there's value here, and kept helping me to push on.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
What was your first ever earning as a creative? Like from this line of work, how much did you earn first?
Okay, of course.
And you tell us the year because things have gone up.
Exactly.
Things have really gone
Things
crazy.
have gone up.
Right. Of course, this was aside poetry, right?
No, on LinkedIn.
Okay, on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Inside the LinkedIn space.
Oh, okay. So the first time I ever really got paid for anything was for an influencer marketing job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. This was even I had barely 5K followers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
yes.
good. That's
so
good
that's
to
the
know.
early, yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's the early time.
Yeah, I had barely 5K followers. It was a brand that reached out to me. I think it was an edutech brand, and they wanted to just me to create awareness just about their service on my page.
Okay.
And guess what? I collected 10K.
Thank you. What year was this?
10,000 naira.
What year was
This was I started LinkedIn in 2020. This was like 21.
2021.
Yes.
Okay. 2021, 10K. So it's just
10K,
one
2021.
post, right?
Just no, actually, like I think it was for like 3 posts. Yes.
Whoa!
Dude, you got ripped up.
I did get ripped. No, but then again,
You
right?
ripped your head off.
So then again, right? LinkedIn influencing wasn't a thing.
Yes, I agree.
Right. So
I
when
agree.
when the
I
ask
agree.
came, I was like,
I agree.
Post on my
Okay.
page.
Oh,
How?
well, okay. So no. So obviously I understand that, but
No,
Even Instagram
They read me.
Okay.
influencers could have given you
Okay, maybe I
some
should
insight.
contrast that by
Yes.
saying, what's the biggest payout
Exactly.
you've gotten from the LinkedIn? You don't need to tell us the
Yes.
brand,
The details, yeah.
Oh, okay.
but how much was it?
Okay, so now I get paid in 6 figures.
Hey! The 10K was tight.
No. The 10K was thanks for coming. No, apparently.
Yeah, it was the seed that you sowed.
It was a
into
seed that I
your
sowed.
6 figures.
I honestly, genuinely speaking, thinking about it in retrospect, I don't regret
Yes.
collecting that because, again, like I said, it wasn't a thing. I would say that, of course, there were a few people that maybe they had way more following than I did, at the time, within my age range and all that.
Yes.
But I would say that I was pretty much an early, within my age range,
Yeah.
influencer on
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
I agree.
Yeah, so
I would agree. Even
Especially
now,
on
LinkedIn is still.
Yes, it's mostly older people.
yeah. So
And
even
people
now,
who already have clout outside. Those
even
are-
now, I'm not even gonna lie for you guys. So LinkedIn influencing is still catching up.
Yeah.
So that's why when you see
Exactly.
campaigns, you hardly see people put LinkedIn or put a budget for allocate a budget to LinkedIn.
Yes,
It's usually Instagram,
exactly.
Twitter,
Facebook.
maybe Facebook,
Yes,
and then
yes.
maybe a bit of TikTok, I guess. But LinkedIn wasn't really a conversation.
Yes.
But I'm glad that that's changing.
Yeah.
And that's why for
And you're a
some,
pioneer.
sorry.
You're a pioneer.
I am.
Benefactor.
I would. I'm a benefactor. Yeah. So I would say that I'm excited that that's changing, and I really think that I've played a very huge part, in positioning as that, right? Just helping people to understand, because I tell people a whole lot about LinkedIn. That guys, LinkedIn is really a great place, and I kid you not, LinkedIn is acting like how Facebook acted in 2015
When it was
When
the
like the
first
buzz.
started, yes,
when it
yes,
started to
yes,
become
yes,
the buzz of the moment.
Yeah,
So more brands are beginning to embrace fashion brands. Funny enough,
Yeah.
are beginning
Exactly,
to
yes.
embrace food
More creative brands are
Exactly.
actually
So it's
going
not just
there,
the people in 100%.
And it
corporate.
makes sense because that's where most folks are now. Everybody's on LinkedIn.
Yeah, because they're
Everybody-
either
People
looking
are
for
tired
a
of
job or
Instagram.
recruiting or something.
I think I spent very little time on Instagram these
Compared
days.
to-
Maybe just to watch Mr. Macaroni's post and laugh, or lie, my guy. He's probably
when
laugh
you
at
want to take the edge off, you
Yeah,
go to
you go on
Instagram.
So more on your numbers. Like,
Yes.
like how many? Okay, you mentioned 120,000 followers.
Yes.
As of
But
now, yeah.
but in terms of impressions, so like how much is your reach
So
on the platform?
okay, now of course it varies, right? But overall, now that's one of the things that really helped me, made me to stay on LinkedIn. So the first time I made a post, I had probably like less than 100 followers. I was seeing 500 reach. I was like, okay,
Okay.
500 reach would
Yeah.
die here.
Yeah.
Okay,
I never
so
seen that
that's
on
part of
Instagram.
things that encouraged
so,
you
So,
to
yes,
stay.
so LinkedIn had
Okay.
quite the reach.
Very liberal.
Okay.
Yes, yes, so very
Yes,
liberal.
yes.
And other platforms have monetized.
Yes,
so
yes. So they
Exactly.
actually,
Yes, they are.
control your reach.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they
Exactly.
can pay for more
For
reach.
more,
ads,
yes,
exactly, by
yes.
ads and all that. So I think that was something that, although it's changing because now more people are getting active on the platform,
Yes.
they're tanking down the reach, right?
Exactly.
But I've had posts that had over 200,000 reach. Yes. I think that I was checking just a few days ago, and I was seeing that my entire impressions for the past 300 days is over 5 million. Yes. So of course, again, there are posts that would do absolutely great, and there are posts
Yeah.
that will probably have like just
Yeah,
10,000.
Yeah.
Or even a bit lesser. So, I think that I have quite a good number of reach. If you
That's
ask
good.
me.
That's quite a good news.
Yes.
Quite.
That's a
It's
decent
a great
number.
number.
On LinkedIn.
On
decent number.
like emphasis on the fact that it's LinkedIn.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So just before we go into the lightning round to just lighten things up, what current area of your life really excites you the most right now? Like right now. Don't think too much about it. It's right there.
Okay. Area of my life. I think, honestly speaking, I think it would be. Is there anything like my creative side of things?
Okay.
The reason,
Okay.
what I'll explain. So one of the things I really enjoy these days is creating videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's because I employ a lot of storytelling when doing so.
Okay.
By the way, I love your videos on LinkedIn.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, yes.
Right. I love the art of creating that, especially when I involve my friends. I've turned my
Exactly,
friends
like
to
it's
actors.
like Nollywood on LinkedIn.
No. I've turned my friends to actors.
Yeah,
like most of my friends,
I
I've
can
turned them to
imagine.
actors. Like
Yeah.
they act by force, like fire by force. you act film, right? And they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Interestingly, so I think that's one part that I really don't get tired of, right? When I create, because for me, every time that I set out time to create something, whether it's for myself or for a brand, I see it as a way of just expressing, of course, but also more importantly, trying to join things together to bring out a whole that now makes sense. So when I'm creating, even me, right? Trust me, I have no idea
What is coming
what
out?
is coming out yet, right?
Yes.
Because so even when I start talking to this, like, how does this make sense? That even me, I don't know, but chill, right?
Let's
so
just start the
just
process.
bringing different parts and then just knitting them all together. And then coming out with this really cute picture that everybody's like, oh my God, you're the best thing since sliced bread. I love you so much. Nobody's fainting for me though. So all that
It's better they don't
it's better
faint.
they don't. But I wouldn't mind. Right? So all of that just I enjoy the process of
Enjoy
making
that
that
process.
happen.
Yeah.
Right. So it's something I can not get tired of. I can't get enough of. So I would say that my entire creative process is one of the aspects of my life that I definitely enjoy at this time.
Okay, that's so beautiful. It's lovely because that's your work and you enjoy it.
I enjoy it, right?
So you literally get paid to do what
And
you
that's
enjoy
why
doing.
I can be very consistent. So when people
Yes.
say, they post every day, they tire. I'm like, well, I don't see it as work. Like it comes naturally, and I enjoy the process of making that happen.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay. All right. So now to the lightning round. I'm
Lightning
going
round.
to ask you a series of questions and you answer with just one sentence.
Wow, a series of questions in one sentence.
Yes.
Ha.
Yes. So
Oh, that's-
no, I'll ask them one by one,
Okay,
right?
okay.
But you answer with just one sentence. No shalaye, no long story, just straight up. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. I really hope that you don't ask a particular question that's on my mind. But that's fine. Let's go. Let's go for it. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let me drink my coffee.
In 3, 2, 1, lightning. What is the best advice you ever received?
Just start, because when you start, you give yourself a chance at success.
Yeah, he's giving motivational speaker.
No, that's
It's there. I
that's
can
there.
imagine. It's really the best.
It's
All
literally
right.
there.
Yeah, it's a good advice.
So, what is something that you are afraid of?
Water and heights.
So you don't swim.
No, the problem is you're going too far. You see, standing under the shower to have a full bath. No, I'm not even kidding. I'm saying this for the first time on camera. I can't stand straight under the camera. My head has to be out. Sorry, under the shower. My head has to be out so I can be able
So
to
you don't
understand.
drown.
So I don't drown. Yes. Is that crazy? Yeah. I figured a way around heights, but water, and I don't think I can figure that out ever.
Okay. Next question.
That is weird. Don't imagine it, please. just go to the next question.
What is an internet resource or tool that you recommend?
I would recommend CapCut. Why?
Yeah.
Because the world is going towards videos.
Yeah.
Right. So every creative should explore that, and since that's where the attention is headed towards, see how you can leverage on it. And thank God, pretty easy to use. Right. You don't need to necessarily go the whole photo. What do you call it?
Photo editing.
Photo
or
to
video
yeah,
editing.
professional. Yeah, you can just literally do that on your phone, and that's what I do. Right. So when people see all this crazy, what did you? Bro, it's CapCut. It's not me.
Okay. What's something you've always wanted to try but you haven't?
I've always wanted to try skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yes. Now, but because I have a phobia for heights, I'm trying to figure that out. But it's something that I'd love to try.
Okay,
I
so
feel
you're
like
trying to defeat the
I'm
fear
trying to defeat
of
the
heights
fear
with skydiving.
with skydiving.
Go well.
No, the thing is,
Okay.
go hard or go home.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right.
You
So,
will go home.
No. You don't have to be that literal.
okay. All right. So, whoever is watching, right? Whatever brand that wants to work with him, consider adding that to incentives to
like
get him
Red
on
Bull
the
now.
next job.
Like Red Bull, but he won't jump.
Use
Don't
your
worry.
wings.
He won't jump.
No,
Don't worry.
He will go home.
He no go walk. He will go
I'll
home.
just go home, man.
Okay,
Home is
so
where the heart is.
sorry.
Home is where the heart is.
Okay, if you had access to a billboard, a very big billboard, for one day,
Yeah.
what are you going to put on it?
I'll put my picture.
Hell,
So vain. What is this?
hell,
What,
Jesus.
what are we doing with your picture?
You don't know what they call me
What
on
are we doing with
LinkedIn.
your
No,
picture?
you don't know
There's
what they call me
climate
on.
change.
You don't know what they call me on
You
LinkedIn.
can advocate for climate change, bro.
I'm the climate. But you don't know what they call me on LinkedIn. Literally professional fine boy. It's there.
For real, though.
Yeah, for real though.
I see it. I
Check
see
it
it.
Okay,
out.
I
I
think
see
this
it.
is. I think this is where we insert that throwback picture.
No, please. No. I apologize. I apologize. Okay. Put on a billboard. I really think that I have this yearning for children amputees. I recently even started to work with a brand
Okay.
around that, right? So I would put that awareness on that billboard to calling for help to support these kids, because I believe that even those children have an opportunity to make something really great. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the world stars today, they are amputees, right? I just believe that we should also have a way to support them so that they can have that sense.
Do you remember the brand name? What's the brand name for
Sorry?
the
That you're working
For
with.
the-
Yes, the Ready Foundation.
Ready Foundation?
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
READY.
It starts with IRED.
IREADY.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
E-ready.
Yeah, foundation.
Or I-ready. Okay.
I think it's something that
exactly.
we should be collectively, participating in.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're amputated physically doesn't mean their minds can't work. So
Exactly.
And they can go on to become LinkedIn influencers. Who knows?
top 5.
Exactly.
So
in Nigeria.
what? I mean, as we draw to a close, right? What's the best way our listeners can connect with you?
I am my phone number.
Do you want us to display your phone number? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
This is a problem.
As a fine boy,
As
it's dangerous.
in, they will flood.
I think we might want to do the email, but of course you can always connect with me across my social media platforms.
Okay.
I always like to put LinkedIn top of the list because that's where I'm most active on.
Okay.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn, my name is Oche Writes. Writes spelled WRITE is literally. And on Instagram as well, or basically across other platforms, still Oche Writes. Oche Writes everywhere. I'm very consistent with
Very
my
good.
name.
Okay.
Yes,
Love
so
it.
you don't forget it.
Yes.
So I mean, we're going to include all this on the show notes as well. So you don't need to struggle. All his links are going to be available on
It's
our
also
website.
going to be my account link too.
And his account is going to be also be linked
Yes.
via Paystack.
Via Paystack. No.
Oche,
Okay.
thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you guys for having me. I think I had quite an amazing time. I haven't done this in a bit, so I definitely enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it
We
even more.
did enjoy our
And
conversation.
I think it has been inspiring even for me, right? I've never seen LinkedIn as a place where you can truly be yourself. And you
LinkedIn, you hear that? What do you
and-
say we sign a deal?
and you've shown us that actually, regardless of all the posturing, right, and all the
Packaging.
you can actually be yourself, and and that's okay.
True. I really believe that there's a great level of strength in just being yourself, because then it just makes it easier for people your kind to gravitate towards you.
you.
Because that's always one of the things I always say, that it's about attracting people, but it's also about
Attracting your kind of people.
your kind of people and letting the ones who you can't help know that, oh, hey, I'm sorry, I can't help you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very beautiful.
Cool.
Okay. So that's it for this episode. See you next time on Ideas on Fire podcast.